Okay, in this lesson, this is going to get a little bit philosophical, I suppose. Um, Let me tell you how I actually work. So we've seen the various ways of inputting notes, right? And this is where a lot of the tedious nature of putting in a score into a notation program lives, right? Um, it's putting notes in, and you're going to have to do this over and over and over, and it's going to take a long time. So when I'm working, I use the first method, the point and click method. Uh, Select a rhythm, click it in, put another note in, another rhythm, another rhythm. Now you might think that sounds insane. How could you possibly do a full orchestra score by doing that? And I will say it is a little insane, and it does take a long time. But that's just how I work. I like using the note input step in the process to kind of be a revision step to me. What I mean by that is I write out all the music by hand, which is what I prefer to do. You don't have to do it that way, but that's what I like to do. And then I'll put in each note. I have to kind of tediously click into the program. And in doing that, I kind of makes me rethink every note and like, do I really need that note? Do I want that note? And it becomes a process of revision for me. So I actually like doing it. It does take a long time. I do end up having a very sore wrist after putting in a large orchestra score, after working on it for days and days and days. But that's my style. That's what I like to do. So don't be afraid to do that if you want to. I do use a few key commands. Like I'll use the arrow keys to add flats and sharps, if I'm trying to work really fast like that. So there are some key commands that I'll use to help speed things along, but I don't use the MIDI keyboard input all that much because going back and forth between the MIDI keyboard and the number pad, I just get confused, and it actually usually ends up taking me more time doing it that way. So there you have it. That's how I do it. One last thing on the inputting notes. Let's talk about the kind of copy paste method of inputting notes. This isn't really inputting notes, but editing notes that we already have in. So let's talk about that in another video.